Hi, I'm Susie with Defining You Pilates and Fitness, and today we're going to do Pilates on the go. It's a shortened Pilates mat workout that uses just your body weight, no equipment, and we'll do some flexion, some extension, and a few exercises for the legs that will make you feel lengthened, strengthened, and nice and complete. We're going to do a couple warm-up exercises for the spine. As you roll down, pull the ribs in, scoop the belly into the spine, and then walk your hands out, coming down onto your knees. So we call this a quadruped position. So you're evenly balancing on your knees and your hands, and your weight is not shifted forward or back. So you're just going to have your shoulders right over your wrists. Starting with what you may know is called cat and cow. So we're going to inhale, round the spine, starting at the tailbone, at the base of your spine, and really tuck your tailbone, round your spine and let your head fall, thinking about making a C from your head to your tailbone. And then exhale, let your sternum drop and your tailbone points up. Let your sit bones reach behind you, looking just slightly to the end of your mat. With an inhale again, try to move your spine with your breath. Scoop the belly into the spine and really curl your tail, like you're a dog with your tail between your legs. Lift the ribs round the spine. Try to get your sternum to press all the way to the back of your spine. And then exhale, relax. When you let the spine go into the cow, you want to make sure you still pull your abdominals in and up. That's our kneeling cat and cow. Transfer down to the floor, rolling down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. When you get down there, and putting your hands on the floor. We're going to begin with the 100. The 100, I'll start with the feet down, and I'll go through the progressions. The 100 is 100 pumps or 100 breaths. It's 10 sets. So you're going to breathe in for 5 and out for 5. That's 10 of them, doing that 10 times. So we're going to start with a chin to chest nod. Nod the chin to the chest. Slide the shoulders down your back and curl up into a little crunch, keeping that pelvis in neutral. Collarbone is nice and wide. And you're just going to start pumping those arms. As you pump those arms, breathe in through the nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you exhale, blow it out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big breath in and exhale. Big breath in and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to make this more challenging, bring it up and exhale. It's like you're just bouncing a rubber ball. Big breath in and exhale. That's 50. We're doing 5 more. Inhale big and exhale. Try to think about working those ribs together and pressing them down to the mat as you blow that air out. 3 more times. Extend the legs up if you want. And exhale. If you start to feel your back lifting off, you'll bring your legs back down. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more times. And exhale. Hug your knees, and we're rolling right into roll up. We're going to start with a modified roll up. So let's start seated, bending your knees and bringing your arms in front here. You're going to try to get each vertebrae down. So as you curl your tailbone under, think of like a shovel, shoveling it, and you're rolling down one vertebrae at a time. When you get all the way down, stretch those arms and legs out long, making sure to keep the ribs connected. Bring the arms up. Curl your chin to your chest, bend your knees slightly to peel yourself off, one vertebrae at a time. Coming up, when you get all the way up to the sit bones, straighten the legs and round forward. As you reach here, think of that cat and cow we did. Try to get into that cat, really round the spine. Stack the spine up. Let's do one more modified. Bend the knees and really try to roll your spine. It's like you're placing one vertebrae at a time on the mat. Inhale, stretch the legs and arms long. Exhale, bring the arms up. Bend the knees slightly, curling to peel off the mat. Let's try to see if we can keep our legs straight. As we go down, you're thinking of really curling the tail, rolling down one piece at a time. Reach back. Exhale, bring the arms up, curl your chin to your chest, nose to your belly, and peel off the mat. Really rounding the spine, reaching the ribs and the hips back. Let's do one more. Inhale. So we're doing 4 repetitions as you roll back down. Last one. Really curl, press down into the mat to come up. Rounding all the way, lift, 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 and then stack your spine up. Let's roll down to the mat for single leg circle. So as you come down, place your hands at your side and draw your right knee into your chest. You can extend that leg straight up to the ceiling if you can. If it feels a little bit tight, just go as straight as you're able to. On the third one, let's hold it here and just point and flex the foot. It's a good way to stretch out your lower leg. And then hold it here, keep it pointed if you can, and try to do 3 circles. And then reverse it. Holding that leg up, pull it up as much as you can so it's right, the thigh bone should go right into the hip socket. Thinking of your leg that's on the floor, you're gonna flex that foot and make sure it's not rolling out here. You wanna keep, so the knee and the thigh point to the ceiling. This leg is gonna be your anchor. You try not to let it move. This other leg comes up, turn it out slightly, and then we're just gonna bring it across. I'll do the first one slow, down by the ankle, out, and then scoop the belly to bring it up. Let's go a little quicker. Cross, down, around, and lift. Using those abdominals, using the outer and inner thigh. One more time. And let's go the other way. Out, around, and scoop, lift. Keeping that breath just even as you go around. One more time, reach it out, and then hold it here. Grab that leg, give it a little stretch, and then scissor the legs to switch. We're gonna start by bending and straightening. Notice your head, making sure the back of your head is nice and pressed into the mat, and your neck is long. Hold it here, point and flex the foot. This is a really good way to keep the lower legs from getting too tight. Keep your foot pointed and circle around. This is hard to do, to keep it pointed and around. And then hold it here. Gently point the leg in the air, and remember the leg on the floor. You want to make sure that leg again is hugged in, what we call the center line. So your high inner thigh wants to be engaging. Flex your foot as if you were standing on the floor, and then gently pull the leg in. Rotate that thigh out, and let's start slow so we see as we go around, we scoop the belly into the spine and we come up. A little quicker. Cross, down, around, and up. Cross, around, and up. Cross, around, now reverse. Out, around, scoop to come up. Try to see if you can pull up with those abdominals. And around, one more, and bring it up. Just hug that leg into your chest, coming down, staying curled up like a little dead bug here. Your inside hand is to your knee and your outside hand is to your ankle. Just like on single leg circle, keep this leg hugged into the center line and the thigh facing the ceiling. Push into your hand with your shin so it makes you bend in more. And then exhale. Inhale, and then exhale. We'll do 4 each time. Inhale, and then exhale. One more, inhale, and then an exhale. Hug both knees in for the second exercise in the stomach series. Double leg stretch. Stay curled up, reach those arms and legs in opposition, and exhale, bring it around. If you feel this in your head and your neck too much, bring your head down and do it here. Bring it back up, curl up. Let's do the third one we're gonna do. It's called twist, or otherwise known as crisscross. Stay curled up. You can start with your feet down. Bring your right leg up and rotate your left armpit to your right hip, and then switch. If you wanna progress this, extend those legs out, just like you did in the single leg stretch, using that breath. One more. So your hands are at your side. Your heels should be right in line with those sit bones. Take a big breath in, and like we did in the very beginning, our little pelvic curls, we're just gonna imprint your spine with an inhale. When you can't anymore, just start to engage your glutes and lift up to the tips of your shoulder blades. Hold it here with the breath, and then try to retrograde. So tuck your tailbone and then melt from the top of your sternum all the way down. It's just like chocolate melting in the sun. It just comes down nice and smooth all the way. When you get back to the sacrum, bring your spine back to neutral. And again, inhale, curl and imprint. Exhale, keep going up. Pretend as if you have a ball between your thighs, so you're still hugging into the center line to use your inner thighs. Coming all the way down, reach the crown of your head long and melt the spine down. We can progress this to make this a little more challenging and a little bit more stability for our hips. We're gonna curl up like we just did. But now balancing, making sure your hips don't drop up or down. Bring your right knee into your chest. Extend it straight up to the ceiling. Keep the hip lifted in the side engaged that you're standing on. Let's flex your foot and lower it down to your thigh. Point your toe, bring it to the sky. Flex it to the thigh, bring it back up. Flex it to the thigh, bring it back up. Flex it to the thigh, bend it all the way down and pull it in. Staying stable again, you're just gonna do the same thing. Really press the arms into the mat and lift up. Flex your foot. Lower down and point to lift. Lower down and point to lift. One more time. Bring it all the way down, dragging it in. Roll that spine down. See if you can really get each vertebrae one bone at a time. Bring your legs out long and shake it out. Bring your right arm over your head. We're gonna roll into side kick series. So you wanna get yourself onto your side and get to the very back of your mat. So your mat is like your straight line. Cupping your head in your hand, making sure not to bend your neck. You wanna keep your head reaching long and put your other hand in front of you. Bring your legs to the front corner. So your upper back to your hips are straight, and then you have a diagonal with your legs. Lift your bottom heel up, and then slightly turn your top thigh towards the ceiling. Flexing your foot, keeping your hips as still as you can. You're gonna kick your foot once, kick it twice. Point your toe and use your legs and your butt to go back only as far as you can. Kick it again. So it's flex, it's kick, kick, and reach back. The idea is to keep the hips stable and use the glutes and the hamstrings. One more time. Kick, kick, and reach back. Let's transfer to up and down so your legs are back together. Try to think of your top leg stretching past your bottom leg so you get out of the hip socket. Pointing the toe, you're gonna go straight up. Flex the foot and pull down. This really works the legs, helps you lengthen out of the hips, and keeping that spine long. One more time, lift, and back all the way down. One more exercise, you're gonna go back to parallel with your foot, keep your foot flexed. Think of like stirring your thigh right into your hip socket. Now I'm lifted here. You can also come down, it's a little bit more stable. And then reverse. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now to get to the other side, lift both legs up. We're gonna go into what we call beats. It's good for the hamstrings and the glutes. Put your hands together, make a little bed for your head, put your head down. Heels are together, and then you just beat your heels 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left arm comes up, and voila, you're on the left side. So you're gonna bring your legs to the front corner of the mat. Just have to move this little mic here. Okay, so your hands in front. Lift your bottom heel, hips are stacked and square. Flex your foot, and it's kick, kick, point, and go back. Kick, kick, and back. Kick, kick, and back. One more. Leg series is one of the best things you can do to get your hips, your glutes, and your hamstrings and your hips stronger. Point the toe up and flex, or to align your pelvis. Point it up and down. Point it up. Let's do one more. Point it up and down. Go to parallel with that leg. Remember, you want to think of keeping your seat tight but your foot nice and relaxed. And then reverse, using the low belly, pulling it in. And then hold it right here. Bring your legs back together. Take your fingers, put them underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Let's push up to plank. And we'll start by walking our hands back to our feet to roll up to complete our Pilates on the go. Starting here with your knees bent. Your arms are by your ears. Think of your tailbone pointing to the floor as you slowly stack your spine up. And that completes Pilates on the go. Thanks for joining me.